It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Indianapolis Colts. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And here we go from Indy. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jayden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down by Julian Blackmon.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Play fake here, Daniels. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He finds Brown right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Has it downfield, working the left. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's got it near the 10. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Austin Seibert on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. Josh Downs to return it. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Richardson throwing to start out. He's got his man, that's Alec Pierce. And he's gonna get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Man in motion, out of the slot. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
Colts gonna kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Commanders will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's enough for a 1st down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Daniels on 1st down. Buys time, rolling right. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They start with 2nd and 6. Now Daniels off the play action. Fits it through the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A quarterback clock. It is so important to playing the position and playing it efficiently. You got to know, you got to have that clock in your head because that's enough time in this league to get rid of the ball. That's a lesson this QB's got to learn.
Offense to the line for second down. Trying again following the sack. Getting out to his left. Now he takes it. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And this gets all the way down inside the 5. The officials blow it dead at the 4-yard line. The Colts with their offense out, their second drive coming up. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock, because safety really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. It's the Colts, lined up with a 2nd and 8. Throwing from near his own goal line. Flushed out of the pocket. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. 3rd time now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf. When they get in that locker room at halftime, it's going to be a quick one. I think the whole message is going to be, how do we protect our quarterback? Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
Looks like that last play convinces them to keep this one on the ground. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. Well, that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Hewer.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. Downs on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Indianapolis getting its offense out there to start off this second half. Their defense has really kept them in this game. Now it's time for this offense to start putting up some points. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10 now. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Here's Richardson. Finds his man, Downs. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Colts ready for the punt. Rigoberto Sanchez will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Daniels now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
A tight end in motion now. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Has a man, it's Ertz. And he's brought down for a loss.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Throwing now, Daniels. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they make the tackle at the 38. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Commanders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to their lead through the 4th. New set of downs for him at the 38. From the gun, it's Robinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
From the 16. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Commanders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Seibert now to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. The Colts offense set to head out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set. 1st and 10. To throw, Richardson. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll throw again. Richardson finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Working quickly here. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Brought in right side. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Richardson on 3rd. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Colts now within one score in the fourth. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field. So that play is going to remain a touchdown. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Daniels off the play action. He'll get this one to Brown. And he'll get it up to the 44. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Commanders leading by 7. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Robinson on the inside give. And the struggles from the last play carry into this one. This also just gets back to the line. And the Colts sending 6 DBs out there. Dime package, 3rd down coming. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On second down, Robinson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Fourth down now. Another kneel would stop the clock and turn it over. Let's see what they do here. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of